Well, I forgot about this one in this chapter. I can't remember if we ever did random numbers in C++ or not, but it's a good time to go through it. Some of this is going to be exactly the same as what we did with the mbot. We need sci time, and we need a ctime, a library for our time function. This generates a random, the rand function by itself generates the same sequence. Remember the mbot? srand initializes the random number generator with different values. Okay, so this is the time since January 1st, 1970 at midnight when the first Unix system went online. That's that famous date. The time between then and now is always going to be slightly different, even if it's a millisecond. That'll generate a completely different sequence of numbers. And then we need something to hold our random number. Oh, look at here. Here's our loop again. No problemo here. Notice that I did equal to 1 in this one. Either way is fine, this or use the curly braces. So how do we generate a random number? Well, random numbers in C++ are a little different. We have to use modulus 10 and then add 1 to it to get a number. The plus 1 brings it to 1 through 10 inclusive. Why are we doing a modulus 10? Well, that's a good question. I asked ChatGPT to answer it for me. Nothing wrong with using AI to explain things. So in C++, rand's a function does a random integer between 0 and rand max, which is a very large integer. However, we want to get it within a specific range, in this case between 1 and 10. So we get a random integer way out there someplace. We get the remainder when we divide that number by 10. So in this case, it's going to be 9, right? It's going to be 0 through 9 because the last part of the integer is always going to be 0 through 9. Well, we want it to be 10, right? So then we add 1 to it. That gives us 1 through 10, which is what's showing in this code. So we add 1 to it to give it 1 through 10. A little bit interesting, but that's just how the rand function works in standard C++. Didn't think it worked quite like that in the mbot, but I don't remember. Regardless, now we know how to generate random numbers the C++ way.